Art has such a huge impact on where I am today. Art kind of informs almost everything that we do.
When I was that 6-year-old little boy that did not want to be one of only 3 boys in a ballet class, we put a limitation on ourselves. But I would say, if that's what your passion, then go for it and do the absolute best you can do.
Brandenburg. Let's not forget, I know that we just changed this. Develope at the end and cross it just a little bit. Yeah? Let's not forget that.
Well, COCA, we offer ACT tutoring. We also have a homeroom. We offer them counseling. We run the gamut of things that if a kid needs it, we try to find a way to do it.
Ladies, can we see this X, that X there? CC, everybody come back to me really quickly.
We've had students that took the class who were deemed bullies or were deemed unteachable. But I think what it was is that they never had success. Because I don't know who are the good students and who are not academically, it's a fair field. It's what you bring as an individual, the creativity and the willingness to learn. I've seen these kids come out of a successful moment in dance class and then find out later that they went back into the classroom and they tried harder and their grades started to get better.
My mom was a single mother, and we lived in the north side of St. Louis, which was kind of the rough area. She had her own demons. She battled substance abuse. She was a teenage mom having 3 boys, and life was crazy for her. She didn't know how to raise us, and once I found dance, I figured out how to raise myself.
The arts makes you think, makes you solve problems in a more creative way.
I definitely wasn't the kid who loved school. I was not very good at school. Dance kind of turned me around like 360. I went straight forward, not just to improve as a dancer, but to improve as a student so that I could become a dancer. Because when I came to COCA, all possibilities opened. Here when I was at COCA, I saw the Avenue American Dance Theater when they performed, and I knew I had to be there. 12 years I spent with the company. I've been around the world twice almost.
I've really looked up to Antionio and teachers like him for a long time, and to be able to see his career as an A.L.E. dancer and him in the studio with us, it makes us work a lot harder for sure.
I think it kind of motivates me. I know that I'm here every night, so I have to work extra hard to get all my schoolwork done so that I can go to a good college.
I think it's really important to have arts incorporated into our lives. It brings so much happiness and joy to my life. I know that if more kids were able to experience that, they would be happier and even be able to perform better at school.
Yeah.
Ballet is not easy. We give them the discipline and the rigor that it takes to become successful people.
Not sure if I want to be a professional dancer or if I want to go to school, but I know that I want to have dance in my life, for sure.
You're taught that math and English are the most important things. And then you find out, oh, I can make somebody laugh too, or someone can actually make a drawing of something. That's a contribution in a different way.
Including the arts when we talk to students is critical, because everybody doesn't know that they like math and science. Kids that are artistic find out by default later in life that, man, I didn't know I was doing science when I was doing art. So I think it's really important for a kid to get an art education as well as a STEM education, so therefore STEAM, to include the arts.
I'm a huge advocate of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math education, and then I put in the arts and I actually put in design. So my nomenclature for that is STEAMed, and I'm just very committed to that. I think that that's the way we tap into people's inspiration.
Art has huge influence in terms of opening my eyes about the possibilities of how you can even exist in the world, how you can communicate, how you can change people. It's supposed to be something that's being added to the culture for certain reasons. So I think it should be held to a different standard. Does it open the conversation? Does it provoke us in a different way? Does it allow us to think differently, see something that we didn't see before.
The biggest thing I learned as a student of the arts was the fact that it allows you to be free. You get into your own world and start imagining things the way that you wish they were, and which is very similar to being out in space, looking back at this incredible planet and then wondering what you're going to do when you come back to make it better.
Main gear. Landing gear now down and locked. Main gear touchdown.
I feel like I've been inspired by so many artists, but if I look at really what inspired me, it was a teacher who had an appreciation for the arts. And I'll never forget this teacher. His name was Mr. Rebello. He would bring a guitar to the classroom every day, and he would play music all the time. I'm like, this is fantastic. And it gave you such an appreciation just for music. And then he did something with me where I used to crack jokes all the time in class, right? And he got so tired of it because I would disrupt the class. And he came to me and says, look, Larry, when we come back from lunch, there's like 15 minutes when it's tough to get the students focused. That's going to be joke time. You can tell jokes during that. So for the rest of the day, silence, all right? And I was like, okay, that's a pretty good deal. And so here's a teacher who actually encouraged me to do pretty much what I'm doing now at that age. I was inspired so much by that, by someone who channeled my expression into something that was positive.
To know that the NEA cares all the way from East St. Louis to the New York City to California, it's huge. And it shows people how important the arts are.
We are grateful, we'll forever be grateful, but a lot of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the NEA.
There's like a hole of people who don't have access to private funds, and the public money isn't there. And that's where public money can really make a difference in exposing young children to art that they wouldn't be exposed to, having centers and areas that don't necessarily have the ability to have that type of thing, whether it's museums, whether it's art centers, performing arts centers. That's the type of thing, for me, that keeps a culture going, keeps it moving, keeps it alive, and keeps it vibrant.